Good evening, everyone. Are you ready to rock? This is Wagon Milano, and today is going to be our presentation day. We're going to present the projects made by our students during the 9 weeks of the bootcamp. And that's what's gonna happen tonight, guys. I'm gonna introduce you Wagon, and then we're gonna see the projects made by our students. So the question, maybe someone, I'm using my phone just to slide the keynote. So the main question you might ask yourself is, what is Wagon? Why we are here? What are we doing? What is our target? Many of you already know us, probably, many not. So we are here in Milan, like this was our first batch. And what we do, what is our target? We are simply the best bootcamp all around the world, that's it. We are quoted like by Switch Up, which is the main like website for reference for the bootcamp all around the world, and we are the best. We are currently in 27 countries all around the world. We recently opened in Milan, and I work already in Wagon since a year. I was working in Barcelona and in Paris, and we decided to bring it here to Italy because it was just too cool to have it. And of course, like, we've been mentioned by TechCrunch as well. I don't know if you never heard about TechCrunch. We've been mentioned by them as a Europe's most impressive coding bootcamp. So about what is our target? What we want to do? That's the question. As simple as that. We bring technical skill to creative people. That's what we do, guys. Nothing else. So our main target is basically give to people that have ideas, they are creative, and they want to start something. They're crazy enough to start something. Our idea is to give them the technical skill they need to build, to create a startup. Because that's what we miss here in Italy. We miss crazy people to build startup. But to understand Wagon, we need to understand who are our students. And our students, as I said before, are crazy people. Are people that decide to stop whatever they were doing and they just like quit their job and they come here and they start to have like to code with us. And they start learning how to code. They made this big decision and they decide to suffer again, to restart studying something and put themselves in front of a computer and learn the technical skills because they want to reach their dream. And it's cool because Wagon is not just an Italian thing. We have students coming from all around the world. And that's actually, that's what we are. That's our soul. We are people from all around the world, all connect through Wagon. So tonight we're going to have 13 people. They come from all around the world, as I said, to present their product. So a big applause to batch under 31. Thank you. Let me show you the picture again because they're so nice. You can take picture if you want. They're all here. They're gonna sign you autograph right after. So, but to describe these people, I need to describe our journey. And our journey, guys, was tough. Was very tough. We were coding every day, starting at 9 in the morning and finish every night. Only God knows when. We were coding and suffering, and it was difficult. So to define our journey, I would say we worked hard, but we played harder. Sorry for this picture, Francesco. And that was our spirit, guys. That was the spirit. That's how you learn. That's how they learn how to code. And it was amazing. It was amazing meeting these 13 people, spending days, nights, weekend with them, just teaching them as much as we can and giving them all the knowledge we have as much as we can. So it's time to stop talking for me. It's show time. So we're gonna start like introducing you these 3 beautiful applications they built in just 2 weeks, and we push them to the limit. So before starting, I would like to ask you, before introducing the first application, I would like to ask you, and this is not a secret, I mean, we can keep it in this room. Did you never use Tinder, guys? Yeah. Just raise your hand. This is a lie. I'm sure 100%. All of you use Tinder here. So imagine for a moment that you have Tinder, but not for girls or for men or for whatever is in the middle, but for food. And in Italy it sounds very good. So I just want to welcome the team. Let me unlock the phone. The team Foodie. Daniel, Francesco, Giacomo, and Ivan.
Thank you, Francesco. I'm the guy with the flower. I mean, you will remember this, but it's the flower. No, it's okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here. It's a great pleasure for me to talk in front of you all. I'm Francesco, and he's Daniel, and this is our project, Foodie. Foodie basically is the answer to the question when you want food now, and you don't know what to choose, and you want to have something in the least amount of time possible. Foodie is the answer. I can start telling you how this idea began. When we arrived here in Milan, we were all new to Milan. 9 weeks ago, we were looking for food, and we didn't know where to go. So we started going around, looking for the restaurants near the place where we were studying. And the food was kind of deceiving or repetitive. We were eating like kebabs, pizzas, burgers, so we got kind of bored. So we switched, and we went full digital because we said we are coders, right? So we started downloading Foodora or Uber Eats. We opened Foodora and Uber Eats, but the website was really confusing because you have a list of different foods, different prices, different areas, so it was not really user-friendly. Plus, Foodora delivers food at your own place. So when we were eating, we were in front of our computers and our mind was always on coding. We had 20 minutes of freedom, but we were always thinking about coding because we were eating in front of the computer. At the beginning, we thought maybe this is only our problem. So we started doing some surveys around. I asked some of my ex-colleagues and they told me that they don't like to eat in the awful canteen of where their corporation is, but they also don't want to eat in front of their desk if the food is delivered by Uber or Foodora. So, and they really like the idea of picking up the food because it was the idea of taking out your mind for 20 minutes, take a small walk, go in a nice place, find a nice food all around you. Then we started interviewing restaurants and bars, and all of them told us, yes, I would like to sell more, I would like to have more clients. So we said, why don't you rent a bigger place? And they say, yeah, but it's going to be costly. So why don't you go to Uber Eats? Yes, but I have to pay the delivery guy. So it's less profit for them. And the idea for them to allow us to have them as client and to connect users with them to pick up food was amazing. But I think that I talk enough already, and it's pretty warm here, so I would like to show you how Foodie works. You land to this page, and you can see that there are different categories. These categories of food, burger, pizza, arancine, etc., are based on your location and on the radius that you set. Daniel, I know that you're pretty hungry all the time. What would you like to eat?
I don't really know, but maybe a burger.
A burger. Okay, you have to know that Daniel is Mexican. And Daniel, trust me, I mean, you're in Italy, last day in Italy, I think it's not cool if you eat a burger.
Okay,
I mean, guys, come on, a burger. No.
You're right.
I would go for
Pizza?
here it is, yeah, we go for pizza. Then you can select your budget, which is 5, 10, 15 or 20 euros. I don't think we feel too rich today, right, Daniel?
No, after 2 months.
After 2 months, yeah, Milan is pretty expensive actually. We can go for 10, what do you think?
Yeah, 10.
Okay, and then we start choosing this food. There is a nice tutorial. You can touch the card to have more information, or then once you touch, you can swipe right or left to discard the card. Okay, we have a nice pizza with crudo. What do you think, Daniel?
Maybe another thing.
Another one, yeah? Okay.
Let's check.
Cotto. Okay, this would be nice for me. Okay, it's cotto. Is pomodoro mozzarella cotto in the restaurant Little Italy. It's reachable in 46 minutes and It's kind of far from us, but I really like the place. I think it's cool. What do you think?
Yeah, if you say yes, I go for it.
But look, let's look more. Maybe because cotto we had actually this for lunch we had cotto for antipasto. So maybe we can find something else. Speck, okay, that's nice.
Speck.
Okay. Okay, we can order it now. Once you order, you have a clear summary of what you're going to order. The clear summary is telling you how much you're gonna pay, how far is the place, the name of the restaurant, and you're sure that this place is open, ready for pickups, and is within the radius you set. Plus, you can choose in how many minutes you want to pick up your food. I think, Daniel, we can get in 15 minutes, but we still have a lot of good presentation to see. So maybe what do you think about 30?
30 minutes.
30, okay, we select 30 minutes, and we order the food. Now we are redirect basically to our login page because actually we are redirect to the payment page. We just send our credit card numbers. Please, guys, you can take photo of this, but it's fake credit card, so you won't steal anything. But you can try. We never know. And we pay it. Stripe basically is this platform that connects the user to the restaurant, and the payment is made directly. The order is being placed, so we can see the history of our orders. We can see this, and we order just pesto e gamberetti and other stuff. But Daniel, let's go up to our spec pizza. I think it's time to see and how to get there, actually, right?
Yeah, of course.
We open Google Maps or any apps that you set to get direction, and we can see that we can get there in 35 minutes by metro. And as you can see, my food is ready, and I have to go. Thank you very much.
How was, guys? They made this in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Was great. Thank you, Francesco. It was a great presentation. So, to introduce you the second app we're gonna have tonight, I need to talk to you a little bit about myself. In the last year, I traveled all around the world. I've been all around the world. I traveled in 11 different countries. I was living in Asia before for a while, and then I moved to Europe, and I was in France, in Barcelona, in Spain, and then I go back to Italy, then France, and then it was crazy. And I come from a very small city. I'm from Puglia. I'm a Terrone actually, and I come from Brindisi. And it's actually very, very difficult to. It's actually very, very difficult to being in touch with my city. It's very difficult to know what's happening there because there are not much news. I mean, the only way is to call my mom, but it's not quite practical actually. So I think someone solved this problem, and it's gonna be the other group we're gonna have tonight. So let me introduce you the airtime. This product is all made in Italy, guys. So we have Giovanni, Vittorio, Luis, and Michael.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming here. It's really a pleasure to be here. Thank you, H-Farm, for having us for this great event at the end of our fantastic 9-week program with Wagon. So tonight we're going to present our final project, The Here Times. So it was a group effort, as Francesco mentioned, by Vittorio, Michael, Luis, and myself during these past 2 weeks. So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Giovanni, as I mentioned. I was born here down the street in Mangiagalli Hospital. Then at the age of 3, with my family, we moved to Venezuela, lived there for 5 years, and then I was really fortunate to grow up living in several different countries around the planet. And especially recently, staying up to date with what was happening around the world was becoming challenging, but it's not because of the lack of news. I mean, there's no lack, there's actually an abundance thereof. I mean, there's huge global publishers, CNN, BBC, Business Insider, producing really sensationalist news that, and they found a really cunning way to inject news into our screens, and it's really becoming overwhelming. But what is becoming more challenging is actually reading about what's happening just down the street. What initiative the local middle school is undertaking, what the local government is up to. These kind of things that are actually very important to know about, and they're very, very rooting. So that was my story. But as Francesco mentioned, the Wagon is a really international environment. I mean, in our batch, we had countries from all over the world represented: Morocco, Spain, USA, France, and we were really lucky. And so this problem kept reoccurring. So now I'd like to present the project that we made, the Here Times. So it's really, this is the home screen, and what it is it's a beautiful map with a curated list that's gathering articles from hundreds of thousands of sources all around the globe, you know, from big newspapers to local magazines, gazettes, university outlets, and so forth, and then presenting them to the user based on location. So we're able to have, you know, algorithms that go find data on the web and then present them to the user on based on location. So right now we're lucky to be in fantastic San Francisco, and we can see here what has happened in the past. Right now we're set to 2 days, in the past 2 days in San Francisco. And as you can see, it's a big city, so quite a lot of things have happened in San Francisco. And we can go up and see, you know, whatever interests us. Now, for example, we can read this one from the Los Angeles Times. It's from the Los Angeles Times, but it's actually, I think, an article about San Francisco. And of course, so then we say, okay, we're interested in this one. We can click it. It opens up, and then we can read right from the source. You know, in this case, like I said, it's the Los Angeles Times. It's a huge, global, recognized news outlet. And this is about Burning Man. That article is about Burning Man. It's a really interesting thing. If you guys don't know about it, you should go read about it someday. I'd love to do it. So one feature is to open and read right now. But then we also have this feature to bookmark an article. So say we're out and about, we're at work, we don't have time to read it right then and there. We can bookmark it, and then it's stored for later on in the day when we have time. And of course, we can go down the list and see and bookmark articles as they interest us. So that's the Here Times for you. But the real power of it comes that it works all over the world. It's really pretty impressive. So right now, through a live demonstration, I invite you to mention a city. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, where you have a loved one living, or where you're going to go on holiday. I don't know, whatever it might be. If someone is interested in, okay, let's do Capri. Capri, let's do Capri. Okay, lucky you that you're going to Capri. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see here, we're in beautiful Capri, and then immediately the map is populated with a curated list of articles about things that have happened in Capri. And I mean, right now I don't know what's happening in Capri, maybe not such interesting things. Let's see, Totti a Capri, yeah, maybe Totti went to Capri, so really yeah, sure, if you're going to Capri, maybe you want to know. But yeah, so this is really demonstration of how powerful, all over the globe, every city, no matter how big or small, is present on the Here Times. So yeah, the app, as you can see, it's working in a. Actually, no, sorry. Before I say this, I want to mention a brief anecdote that I think is quite interesting. Right when we were developing the app, Vittorio and I, we would often go and run the algorithm that tests the gathering of the news, and we often use the town that Vittorio is from, which is called Vailate, and it's a small town, 4,000 people living there in the province of Cremona. And of course, there as well, nothing too interesting really happens, except for one time a couple of weeks ago, there was a robbery in the local bar, and then 2 weeks ago we actually went out for Fuori Salone, and we were there and we met up with some of Vittorio's friends, and I told them, guys, shit, did you see? There was the robbery at Bar Jamaica in Vailate. And really, they were amazed because, I mean, it's no other way would you have found out about this occurrence unless it was for the Here Times. And also the other aspect we have to develop a little bit is the business model, because, I mean, we really see huge upside potential here because, I mean, what we're able to do by knowing the user's location is provide a platform for local advertisers to put their advertisement on, which today they don't have. I mean, think about your local pizzeria, all these places that we're seeing on Foodie, that if they put their advertisement on current newspapers that are around the world, it's hard for them to say, okay, this person could be a potential customer. Whereas if we know the exact latitude and longitude of our users, we can really provide a huge platform for advertisers. And in this sense, actually, I think what the Here Times does is really pretty interesting because you know, the internet was really created to decentralize information and to provide, you know, no matter where you are in the planet, access to the same information. And by providing information based on the user's location, we've turned on its head what the internet was created for, and we really think it's a powerful thing. So yeah, having said this, I'd really like to thank the Wagon staff for providing us with the tools to build this app. I'd like to thank our teammates for the help building this app, and I'd like to thank you for coming here tonight.
This guy who made that application, they worked very hard, and I think it's amazing. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep going and making like a very good product. So for the introduction of the last application, we're gonna talk about food again because like we are in Italy and it's kind of a must talking about food. So let's talk about a user case and let's talk how this app comes from. I don't even ever happen to you that you're walking around the street and you don't know where to go. You're all around the world. You are in, I don't know, you're new in Milan. You're walking around. You want to pick a bar. You pick a restaurant or something because you want to eat something fast, and you don't know. And maybe you turn on your phone. You just turn on Google Maps and you just see restaurants around, but you have no idea. And you want to do it fast. So someone think about this and they found a solution. So let me introduce you the next team, an international team. Post Meridiem. Here, Marco, Sonia, Mehdi, Kali, and Michele. Big applause, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Kali Fernando Arboleda, and I have come very far. I have come all the way from Silicon Valley, San Francisco, the home of innovation and development of technology, to ask you all one simple question. Do you all realize how much time you spend simply waiting for things? Think about it. Waiting in line, waiting in traffic, waiting to go to the bar to have a beer after this pitch. The average human being spends approximately 6 months of his life waiting for things. The time, with the development of an innovation of new technology, the time for waiting is over. That's a thing of the past. Welcome to Post Meridiem. So let me tell you guys a quick story about how me and my team came up with the idea for Post Meridiem. So, I'm not from Milan, in case you didn't notice by my accent. So me and my friends, we went to Meridiem one day, and we went to a bar. We drank a drink, we drank another drink, we drank another drink after that, and we lost track of time. Suddenly, it was 12:30 at night, the bar was closing, they were kicking us out, the trains had closed, we don't know when the trains close here. And we want to keep going. We want to keep having a good night. This is our first time in Milan, and we want to have fun. We had no idea of what bars and restaurants and cafes were available to us so that we could keep enjoying our night, enjoying Milan. So we were forced to go through the streets of Milan for hours, trying to find a restaurant, trying to find a bar, trying to find something that was open, asking people, getting lost. And through this frustration, we came up with the idea of Post Meridiem. Post Meridiem is an innovative platform that allows you to find all the restaurants, bars, and cafes within a fixed radius of your current location. To simply browse restaurants, you just click the restaurants button and a list of all the restaurants in your local community or your local area populate. To explore and browse, you can swipe left to go to the next restaurant or simply click the X button. to go to the next restaurant or to match with the restaurant, and if you find one you like, you click the heart button and swipe right. And then say you like a bar and you just kind of want to know some more information about the bar. All you have to do is click the information icon at the bottom, and when this page of the name of the restaurant pops up, the phone number, the timetable, and a list of reviews about previous users' experience in the restaurant. And then if you want to continue browsing and looking through the restaurant, simply click the home button and back to our database and continue swiping. And just swipe and explore to your heart's content until you're satisfied with, maybe making a decision. And once you've done that and you're pretty solid on the restaurants bars or cafes that you like, all you have to do is go to your matches, and all the bars and restaurants and cafes that you like pop up here. You'll have the ability to unmatch in case you accidentally, you're not so good on the swipiness. You can unmatch, and you can also see how many people like this, also match with this restaurant, see how popular it is. And now you're ready to go. You're ready to plan your night. You're ready to walk out of the house and start your evening. All you have to do is click on the restaurant. And you can see all the information about the restaurant again. And just get directions to the restaurant and just go on your way with using Google Maps' feature here. And just walk straight to it. So, with that being said, before I came here, I was working in a startup in San Francisco. We had one of the most elite investors of Silicon Valley, one of the partners founding Floodgate, and one of the initial investors of Twitter and Lyft. His name was Mike Maples Jr. And he told our young emerging marketing team some very valuable advice. He said, the way to dominate a competitive marketplace such as San Francisco is to have something called a 10 times advantage. He coined the phrase himself. It's in his book. It's one of his phrases. And this simply means that you need to have features in your product that are 10 times better than anything that your competitors have. And I think we have achieved this here at Post Meridiem. We no longer have to go through arbitrary apps and lists searching for options and searching for relevant data that's so we can enjoy our lives. Technology was made so that we can enjoy and make our lives simpler. And I think we have achieved that by populating the list of all the restaurants, bars, and cafes in your area and allowing you to get out of the house, not being idle and wasting your time. With that being said, I think it's about time that we stop wasting away, bored, idled, and frustrated with old and arbitrary, outdated systems. It's time now for Post Meridiem. Thank you.
We tried many times this speech, but that is definitely the best one. This is the best one. So in the right time. This guy came straight from the US to learn how to code, and he has a lot of other skills, so amazing. Thank you, Kali. So, unfortunately, our journey finished here. The batch under 31 stops here. I repeat myself, it was amazing. It was a very long and very short journey at the same time, and it was beautiful passing time with you guys. We're gonna be all connected through the Wagon and the same community all around the world, and that makes me super happy. I'm gonna keep talking to you. But before saying thank you to our students, I would like to say thank you to the people help us to make this happen. So I would like to, and guys, I really want a big applause for all of them. I want to be thank you to our teacher, to James, Andy, Damien, Angelica, thank you so much, guys. You did a great job. I want to say thank you to all our partners, all our friends that help us to make this happen here in Milan. I want to say thank you to Migamai, Social Media Day, Impactable, French Tech, Mimoto, and Corsiglia, and many others. Maybe I forgot, I'm sorry. But thank you. We made it. And a big thanks goes to H Farm because they hosted us today for this beautiful presentation. So The last thing, we're gonna have another batch. Levagon is gonna restart here in Milan for the summer batch, the 21st of May. If you wanna have any information, we're gonna be here eating something because we are in Italy. And so, thank you so much.
So guys, as usual, Francesco is always very humble, so no, there wasn't a big applause for Francesco. Thank you, Francesco. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
Let's see it, guys.